Welcome to AG Chelsea TV. In today's video we'll start with Strasburg turned down Chelsea striker on loan twice. Chelsea spent £17 million on Brazilian striker David Washington last summer, although the forward hasn't done much since then to indicate he's going to be worth it. He's featured twice for Mauricio Pochettino's first team this season in brief cameos, but has otherwise been playing for the U21 team. Nizar Kinsella's Evening Standard piece on what might happen with our current crop of young players reaching the end of their time in the academy has an interesting detail on Washington, claiming that he was offered to out-affiliate club Strasburg in both the summer and the January window, and they turned him down twice. That's made progression a little harder for him. Although given he's young and playing in a new league, a year of adaptation at Cobham is probably a positive for him. This summer is where we need to get him playing somewhere, and Kinsella says that an overseas loan could be on the cards. If we find somewhere he will play, it's a nice idea, but it will take up one of our foreign loan slots, which are very valuable these days. Lukaku now open to moving to Saudi Arabia. Reports from Italy have claimed that one Chelsea player is now absolutely desperate to leave the club on a permanent basis. According to Gazzetta, the player is actually willing to move to Saudi Arabia in order to secure his exit from Stamford Bridge. The Blues utilised interest from the Saudi Pro League last summer when they confirmed permanent departures for Edouard Mendy and Kalidou Koulibaly. Another player they look to ship off there is Romelu Lukaku, with everyone involved keen to put this saga to an end. However, there was no agreement for a sale, and instead he went out on loan to Italy for a second consecutive campaign. This time, he has rediscovered his goal-scoring touch as part of the Roma side, and has continued to fire goals in Europe on a regular basis, despite some supporters wondering just how well he would do as part of the current Chelsea team. There is really no route back in West London for the Belgian. It has been claimed the Blues are looking for a fee of around £37 million in order to part ways with him permanently at last, although the report in question states Roma would likely not be able to reach that amount. If a permanent route to Italy is blocked, it is now believed that the striker could be open to a switch to Saudi Arabia at last, potentially keeping the door open for Chelsea to receive a substantial fee. Chelsea are reportedly in a position where they will need to sell big and quickly this summer in order to balance the books following lavish spending in the past. This could see them forced to sell a number of top assets, with Conor Gallagher seemingly one of those who is not safe from leaving the club this summer. Nicolas Jackson could break that strange record tomorrow. Tomorrow sees Chelsea return to action at last after the uneventful international break has finally come to an end. They return to Premier League action at Stamford Bridge, where they will taking on a struggling Burnley side who will be without loanee David Datro Fofana against his former club. Mauricio Pochettino will be confident that even though he is missing a heap of players due to injury, the Blues will have enough quality to get the job done. While he will of course be delighted to see Cole Palmer back with a clean bill of health off the back of an injury scare on international duty, he will be equally as pleased to have Nicolas Jackson ready and raring to go. In 7 starts since returning from the African Cup of Nations, he has only failed to score or assist in one of those games, making him an extremely solid asset for the Blues right now. He currently sits on 9 goals in the Premier League right now, which is impressive considering it is his first campaign in the league. What is perhaps not so impressive though is the fact that he is on the same amount as far as yellow cards go, also sitting on 9. With him having an opportunity to pick up one of each tomorrow, he has a chance to become the third player in their debut season to rack up 10 of each in the Premier League, according to BBC Sport. The last player to achieve this was Charlie Adam back in 2010-11. And this could see Jackson set a piece of perhaps novel history. Whether this is known at Stamford Bridge or not, Jackson will certainly be on the team sheet tomorrow off the back of his good form. Cole Palmer value go up by £35 million, according to Transfermarkt. One player they signed at the start of this campaign has seen his value go up by £35 million after what has been an impressive season so far. Out of all the signings they made since Todd Boehly took over as owner of the club, one has stood out as the clear best one from last summer. Cole Palmer has contributed 28 goals and assists in his first season at Stamford Bridge, with it actually being his first real campaign as a regular for any senior side. The Blues brought him in on deadline day, and up to now he is their most recent permanent signing despite the plethora of additions. It sometimes doesn't bear thinking about where they would be without him in their squad this season, considering they are still in the mid-table places with him there. His brilliance for his club has been recognised by England manager Gareth Southgate, with him being called up for the last 2 international breaks now. He will have been hoping to prove a point to the boss during the recent friendlies that he should be considered for a regular role at the upcoming European Championships, However, an injury saw his participation limited. Chelsea fans will be happy though that he is likely to be fit for tomorrow's game against Burnley, where the Blues will look to climb back up the table. They will have available the player whose value has risen the most in the Premier League this season, going up £35 million since he joined the club. Mauricio Pochettino will be relying on the 21-year-old again to do the business against the Clarets as they make a late push for a European place. Chelsea activate Dani Olmo £51.2M release clause. Despite the Blues' eye-catching spending in recent years under Todd Boehly, it looks as if Chelsea are already preparing for the upcoming transfer window. Recent reports suggested that the Blues had opened talks with Leipzig over a move for Olmo, who was seen as a primary target. It seems as if Chelsea are ready to make their move following these discussions, according to reports from Olmo's native Croatia, relayed by Sport Witness. Chelsea are now ready to activate his £51.2M release clause in the upcoming transfer window, something which only becomes active in the summer. Dinamo Zagreb are entitled to 20% of the fee due to a sell-on clause. However, there is no mention of whether Olmo is keen to join Chelsea. It looks as if the Blues are set to launch their move for the 25-year-old, who could bring plenty of versatility in the final third. Olmo is also a player who caught the eye of Pep Guardiola back in 2019, with the Manchester City boss saying, "He's a top player, he has a bright future, of course. His performance today shows it. About the transfer and the money he deserves, that is not the point. The point is he is an incredible player, and I am pretty sure he is able to play in the strong leagues in Europe. Hopefully if Dinamo wants and he wants, it can happen." And that's the final content of today's video. Like, subscribe to support AG Chelsea TV.